I haven't done a live stream in, I tell you what, it's been actually forever. I don't know when the last time I even did a live stream was. And thinking about it, I can't remember. So, Pat, how you doing today? This is an impromptu live stream. I don't know if anybody will show up today, but I did it because I haven't done one in a while, and I wanted to do something today that got an echo here. There we go. Turn that phone off. I haven't done something in a while, done a live stream in a while. So, in fact, it's been a while. So today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a couple things. I received, as you guys know, my 7162 form in the mail, and I got it just recently, and meaning it was shipped out last March. Hey, Mitch, how you doing? Good morning. That form came in, and in January the 26th or whatever it was, and it was funny. I went online to my security, to check it, and went on there. It says address not confirmed. I go, what? So address not confirmed. So we'll wait and see if I get my. And there's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of guys out there that may or may not get their thing. If that's, hey, Mitch, high five. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you. And good morning. Nice to see you. Impromptu. So I'm just sitting here anyway. So I thought I'd come on, It was like one of those things, should I do a live stream? And I said, yeah, I'll do a live stream today. It's like when I get on, I sometimes don't realize that I forget what I was going to do. In other words, I wanted to talk about this and I'm talking about that. So yeah, in fact, I was surprised that they said that on there. So I don't know if I'll receive one or not. If I receive it, that's fine. If I don't receive it, what can I do about it? Just fight the battle. I'm just tired of fighting the battles. You ever know what I mean? So, Mitch, how is it at the Cape? How are things going at the Cape? Excuse me. And how are things with you? Are you, the Blessing House is available for you anytime. You can stay at the Blessing House, no worries. We had a friend come in, Ruth's friend from Hong Kong. She worked with her years ago, and she's been back in the Philippines for 3 years or something like that. She came and stayed a couple of days, and so it was nice to have her come. I have not met her yet, but talked to her a few times. Hold on a minute, answer the phone for Ruth. But really nice lady. She's one of the ones got taken advantage of, Mitch. When she was in Hong Kong, somebody took her land from her. In other words, they occupied her land, and she's still fighting to get her land back, even though she has title and she has deed. People squatted on her land, and not only that, they cut down the trees that she had. She had many trees there, and they planted sugarcane after they got the trees off the land. It was 3 tractor trailer loads of wood for whatever. So I would not buy land here. Working at 3 a.m., SpaceX rocket launch, more Starlink. Man, I tell you what, they are really producing those out. It's great to see. It's exciting. 6 hours to go. So one's going up today. Wow, that's great. That's great. Mitch, when? I say when. When we get there. Hey, Scoot, how you doing, my friend? I say when we get there, we're gonna, I'm going to Titusville, show her at NASA. She really wants to see it. Omer, quit biting daddy's leg. So, how you doing, Scoot? How are things? How's your family? How's B Joy? How's life? We, in fact, Ruth and I yesterday said to ourselves, that Starlink is really getting popular there in the States, meaning that there's quite a few people that are, getting a Starlink. Here, it's not. No, I didn't eat them. I told Ruth, "You better come get them. I'm going to eat them." No, I don't know what pair she sold. She sold the pair, right? They're beautiful. They're all good shape, healthy. One's big, like really big. So you'll have some turkeys. Winter turkey dinner, right? So it's like, um, hello, Michin. How are you? You didn't. So 6 hours ago, launch. Well, it's going to be exciting day, right? Um, yeah, it's been a while since I've been online. And this, thank you for buying the turkeys from Ruth. We really appreciate it. That means a lot. As you know, we're trying to save what money we can here because of just life. You guys understand that. So every time I turn around, hey, Scoot, I was looking online. The ones that, and Mitch appreciate this. The ones that are filing for their fees now for USCIS, it's going up to $3,500 in May from $1,700. Isn't that something? That's happened more than once. Land grabbing in the Philippines. It comes natural in the Philippines to squatting property. I got to tell you a true story. Right here, I don't own this right here, right? It's owned by someone else. Well, neighbor put rooster on there, right? So one does it, they all do it. So another neighbor not only put his roosters there, he's building cages on the property. Well, it got wind. I got wind of it because he was hiding behind a bunch of trees. So Ruth came in and told me. I said, I'm going to confront that guy. I says, hey, you need to contact the owner before you start putting buildings on this property and your roosters. So I called the owner and I says, hey, you better get out here. You got people squatting on your property. I saw him bringing a bunch of bamboo over at the house. Well, sure enough, he came and he kicked them off, but they're still there. They're still there. He's going to lose that property if he's not careful. I'm just saying. I mean, it's none of my business. Mine's paid for and it's here. I just don't want a bunch of, you know, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Good morning, Joe and Jeannie. How you doing this morning? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Matthew, I was actually surprised. She was really upset about it, and she had a meeting with the barangay captain yesterday, and the tribal leader actually said, okay, everything is fine, and you're exactly right. They took your land. The tribal leader actually sold her the land with the deed and title. Well, long story short, guess what? They have to go back to court again on Friday. This thing may go on for a long time. So how's Joe and Jeannie? I invested in egg futures. You know what? It's a good thing. That hen has produced already. I don't know what 8 eggs, 10 eggs, and the babies are out there now. Sonny, what part of the Philippines are you in? Hey, Sonny, I'm in Mindinao. I'm in Maragmag, Bukidnon. I'm close to Malaybalay in Valencia. Malaybalay. I'm in between Davao and CDO, if you imagine. I'm actually almost in between, but not really. And I've been here now 7 years and out and about. I've only traveled Cebu, in Mindinao. I've not been to Naga or Iloilo, Boracay, or any other ones, Palawan. A lot of guys have, though, but it's been a good day. So I'm RIF right next door with a couple of hundred roosters. Yeah. Mitch, I've been listening. Oh, I see. Okay, you guys talking. We're good. Yeah. Talk to you later. Okay, Scoot, thank you for stopping by, my friend. Thank you for purchasing the turkeys from Ruth, and it was really nice. And I guess if she don't come get them, no, I'm kidding. I guess she's coming, right, to get those. So I have to go back to work. We're good. So Joe, yeah, riffraff night next door with a couple hundred roosters. They're over there. He's got probably 60, 80 roosters. But it's feast or famine. You guys understand that business. Yesterday we drove by the fighting rink yesterday. Oh man. Man. I don't know. Well, that lot holds. I'm just going to say 100 cars and tuk-tuks. I don't. You couldn't count motorcycles. I mean, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, strung up down the road for the ring, the rooster ring for the fighting. Yeah, they were there yesterday. It seems abnormal to have it during the week, but I don't know anything about that. But they were busy yesterday. Sperlin, Papunga, how you doing, Sperlin? How are things with you? How you feeling? How is everything? Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on, and I appreciate you guys stopping in today, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, uh, I haven't done a live stream in a long time, and I decided to get on today and just do one for a little while, and see how everybody's doing, and mainly see if I could even do them again. I haven't done one in forever, ever. People are saying do them, do them. It's always something that happens. Last Sabbath we had guests here, so I couldn't do it, or Sunday, and then the week before that had to go somewhere, so I couldn't do it then. The week before that, something else happened. I forget. Oh, I know, we were sick. We were not feeling well, so it was like a eye opener, So, yeah, they used to eat the loser. Yeah, I can understand. And the thing of it is, not everybody's a winner, right? I guess it goes the stages. I don't know anything about it, so I can't speak on it. I don't even know how to even do it. I know that there's a small one there in town, and then there's one out here, and I don't even know if they do it anymore out there, out by the barangay. So I'm assuming they still do them. I don't know. I don't know if they still do them or not. It's not something that I would know anything about there for sure. They did open a new bar here in town, and the new bar is really packed. I mean, really packed. The bar they have what they call these columns outside, right? And in these columns, there is a beer generator. And inside these columns, you buy a column of beer. Now, it could have 2 gallon of beer in it. And so you buy it for the whole table. Each area's got its own column. And it's just one flavor of beer. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Of course, they have other beers. Then you just fill up your cup. So can you imagine leaving there? How toasted you are? There are a lot of accidents. There are a lot of things go on, I don't know about anything else. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Google. I cannot pay my annual report. Must be registered online. Online does not load. I know. I tell you what, Google, they told me this. I called them and said, yes, you must come in. All right? Then I read online on the BI Embassy website, Google, that it says no need necessary. When you go there, those what do you guys call those? The scan things where you scan and you put your phone up and you line it up in the little box and you scan the QR code. You scan it and then you put your name. That's your appointment. I schedule one also online and schedule me for Manila at 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. 10:30 p.m. in Manila. Now, what? I get so disgusted with this stuff like this. I got to tell you another story. Yeah, I know you guys really want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you another story. But anyway, the schedule me 10:30, so I canceled it. Then I called them. Then no answer. I called them again, no answer. Called them again, no answer. Next day, I sent an email, no answer. Then next day, I called them. They said, yeah. I said, what am I supposed to do? You said to do it online. You can't. Oh, no, I didn't say, sir. I said, you need to come here and do it. So guess what? I'm just going to go there. If they kick me out, I'm going to tell them I can't come back because I'm leaving the country or whatever. Because I have my SRV now. I'm not my SRV, my 13A now. I can just leave the country whenever, right? So I'm going to make them take me. Get this, Google. If you go on your annual report on 7162 form, if you did not file that 7162 form, if you go on your address on your my Social Security and on the page, and if it says not answered in parentheses by your name, If it says not answered, which mine does, you may or may not get a check this month. Although I went on there and it says your next check is to arrive by February 4th, and they gave the amount. So I hope and pray it comes, because I sent 15 documents, 15 different times. Finally, Manila says, yeah, we received it, but didn't say it was processed. I got to tell you, I am so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. But I got another story to tell you in a second. You guys will like this one. Only in the Philippines. So, yeah, I can't pay my annual report. So Google, try that. Just go there, scan the QR code. Let me know if it works. Because I'm going next week. Next week. I got to do it by the March 1st. They give you till the 1st of March because 28 days in February. So, or 2nd. I forget what it is. I just got to go by March 1. Here's another story. I got to tell you a story. I know you guys are really interested in this, but the other day I had to send some papers for my visa in the United States. So it was very important that those papers get there in a time frame. So I paid $60 for it. As you know, I did a video yesterday and stated that we can't find the papers. So I called Manila, DHL Manila, talked to the guy in charge of all DHL. He says, I have no idea. He said, but let me get back to you. Give me your email address. So he sent me an email address, thanking for calling, this, that, and other. About an hour later, I received an email. We can't find your package. It's supposed to be in the States today. They're waiting on that paper. They're actually waiting on that paper. So I said to myself, I'm done. I am so done. I'm so tired of fighting the paperwork and the trails. And the lady told me when I got my 13A last year, make sure you bring your old paperwork and make sure you file online, because you're not getting in here if you don't have an online appointment. Well, that changed. So they found my paperwork. It's in Alibaba. They found it. It's been sitting there for 4 or 5 days. It's supposed to go out. I paid $60. So I asked them. I said, so what? I paid $60 for you guys to keep? Oh, the guy was furious. He goes, he's from Asia. And he says, I am so sorry, Tom. I got a handle on this. I'll make sure your package goes out. In fact, I'm going to refund you the $60. How did you pay? I said, cash. He said, you have a link or something? I said, well, I have Patreon now, and I have PayPal. He goes, well, we don't do PayPal, but I'll send you some money, Patreon. I did not receive it yet. I guess they have to wait and see. So I did get a message just a minute ago. It just arrived in Pasay, P-A-S-A-Y, Pasay, wherever that is. Pasay. So there you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You have great videos. Thank you, Joe and Jeannie. I appreciate you saying that. Cannot pay my annual report. Wisconsin. I spanked the like. High five. Thank you, Charles. Only in the Philippines. They're trying to mess with Social Security payments so they can send more benefits to Ukraine. So don't be a fight system day by day. You know what, Mitch? I got to tell you, it's not only Social Security. It's like when I go to do something here, it's a nightmare for me. It took me. It took us 4.5 years for me to get my 13A. It took Ruth 4 years just to get the title and the deed squared away on the land. No matter what we do, we're always behind the 8 ball. You automatically plan, and it's going to cost you a lot more than you think it will, no matter what you do. That 13A, Ruth and I figured, we have receipts. That 13A cost me a little over 70,000 peso. It's supposed to cost me 20,000. I have receipts. Now, why did it cost me more? They charged me an overstay for 30 days. It was $1,000. Why? Because it was COVID. And so I'm not allowed to go out by law. I'm not even allowed to get on the bus. They check your passport. So no matter what, even if I got there, I could not have been seen. I'm not allowed in there. So Ruth had to go. It was a nightmare. So anyway, they charged me $1,000. Okay. Just, just forget that part. So, and then all the other fees. I just ended up paying 29,000 pesos right last year when I got this. And I had to go through an interview again. So another $600. I take it back. It's more than 70,000. We had receipts yesterday because that's 80. That's 80 right there. It's 80,000. Oh, Pasai. Tim D, good morning. Good morning. How's Tim D doing? They do seem like they're messing with it. So I'm just kind of say I'm just frustrated. I'm more frustrated. I did my walk this morning. I walked fast, hard, and heavy and hard to get out some of the energy to stay positive as much as I can because it does. Yeah. Good morning, John. Good morning. Morning. How is Joe and Jeannie doing today? Joe and Jeannie, nice to see you. Mitch, nice to see you. Tim D, Google. Thank you for coming on today. Charles, Miss Charles, thank you for coming on. James Gilbert, I missed you. James, good morning. Just why they have not traveled to see other places here. Yeah, just why they have you not traveled to see other places here. I tell you what, a lot of the problem for me getting out is not because of me, and it's not because of money. It's because of our in school. And they're pushing for WR3 with Russians, Armageddon. No one's calling for peace. This, even for the Philippines, are frustrated. Yeah, Philippines was rated #1 in Asia for the stress. And I just did a video on that. So it's #1 in Asia for stress. If you go ask Philippine for stress, they'll tell you stress. I asked yesterday, you stressed? Yes. Why? We went to go get my passport because they were Korean and went to get the passport, and BI said they owe them money. And it says, how could I owe them money? I'm on a tourist visa. How could I owe them money? I paid my dues and everything else. And he says, oh, it's a nightmare. So we are doing well. This is Google. It's a frustrating place. It really is. So I said, to my friend yesterday, if you don't mind, why are you so stressed here in the Philippines? Explain it to me in detail. I want to know. I said, you're having the same problems I'm having. And he said, I'm having the same stress you're having because of paperwork, because of life. And he says, I'm fighting to try to get money in the house for no food. We used to have government programs. They're no longer available. Like for free rice, they're no longer available after Duterte left. And a lot of that stuff is not, they're not getting it. They used to get like income a month, like elderly would get 6,000 peso a month if they live in a certain area, where they're still getting it, but it's becoming later. In other words, like instead of getting it every 30 days, you may get it every 45 or 60 days. And so it's causing a lot of trouble for them. So I have a lot less stress here in the States. You know what? I was never really, I was wanting to get out of the States. I don't know if it was really stress or me just wanting to change the routine. Stress is, we bring stress with us. Stress never leaves us. It's always going to be with us no matter what. You can be stressed here. You can be stressed in a swimming pool in the Bahamas. You know, it's the same thing. It's just how you handle it and what happens. Where my stress comes is when I try to do something. Here's James Gilbert. I would travel more places, but getting there sometimes is so much of a hassle for me, personally. You have to take a tricycle, bus, car, tricycle, bus, just to get where you're going to go. And when you get there, it doesn't mean it's open. We traveled to a resort, and the resort was open. We get there, the resort was closed, no longer in business. It's gone. And so we found ourselves in unfamiliar territory. Here we go again. What do? We paid $50, $60. It's gone. It's gone. Not just me, a lot of people. So what do? So nice resort too. Why did it go out of business? Life. I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't know the owner. So that's what I get tired of dealing with. So I said, well, there goes $60. What do we do now? We're here. The bus, car. How do we get an Uber? There's no cell service. Luckily, a neighbor. We go knocking on the door. Is there a way we can get back to normal town? Oh yeah, you can. So we get in the car, his car. He takes us to town, which is about 20 minutes away there in CDO. This resort is right on the beach. So he says, I got to tell you, a lot of places are closing here because of the COVID and everything else. And he says, I got to tell you, I wouldn't be traveling right now. I said, why? I said, this would be the time to travel. He says, it's just a lot of stuff. He says, now Boracay is nice. We just got back from Boracay, but it's too expensive. You can't go there. It's tourist trap. And I said, well, where do you go? He said, well, you may go up to Bohol, Duma, places like that. And I said, yeah, but that's kind of like what? And he said, Cebu. He said, no, forget Cebu. And I said, yeah, I know, me too. Cebu's not a place that, it's nice. It's great. It's wonderful. We've been there. I stayed there a month or so, but it's very smelly, graffiti everywhere. It's just it's a place not for me, Uh, Good morning, Matthew from Cebu. Matthew, how do you find Cebu? Do you like Cebu? Since I got my SRV, the stress has gone down considerably. Yeah, I have a lot less stress. I do see things much worse down there. I think it's like anywhere in the province, so hard to get anything there done. Yeah, it could be, James. It could be. But the guys are telling me the same up there where you're at. But I guess it depends where you're at, True, Mitch. What's Mitch say? Mitch says, Tim, hello. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Peace, pray for this world to slow down. I agree, Mitch. I agree 100%. God bless you. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Yeah, we got to make it slow down and quit being in a rush, and to start havoc upon this earth for whatever goals that these people are trying to achieve. Yeah, not too bad. We're planning on moving it out though. Just stopping the spot till we can find some land. I see. Yeah, prices are going up. Yeah, land. This lady right here that has this lots here, she wants. Now remember, I paid $4,000. I paid $2,500 for this lot, $2,500 for that lot. So I paid $5,000 for these two lots, 10 meter by 15 meter, 10 meter by 15 meter. She has 600. She has 600 square meter here, right? She wants $72,000. She wants 3,600,000 peso for it. Right here. 660 meter, 3,600,000. So you guys figure it up. It's 20, 40, 60, and then 600 is 12,000. So $72,000 for that land. I said, you got to give me a better price than that. She said, well, I'll knock off $8,000. I said, you need to knock off $3 million because there's no way in the world. I said, I can go down the road here and buy a lot cheaper than that. It's may not be high and dry, but there you go. Yeah, exchange rate. Yeah, Joe, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I haven't been doing a live stream in a while. There's no particular reason. It's just we seem to be doing something, and I kind of want to get the girls involved in it more, but they always seem to be busy. Ruth has her turkeys, and she's doing laundry today, though. But she's always busy doing something, cake or something, and then our school. Now, if RR was out of school, we would probably travel more. I don't think I would travel, honestly, to any long distances. For me personally, for who I am, I'll travel to maybe Duma, somewhere like that, but I don't see me going to anywhere. For me, I've pretty well done with the Philippines for a while. I'm pretty well. I need Vietnam. I need Cambodia, Thailand. If we go somewhere, we're gonna go somewhere like that. Ruth wants to go back to Hong Kong, but she said I think she's been to Thailand, but we'll go back to somewhere in those places. I want to see Bali. I want to see Vietnam. They say Vietnam is a beautiful place to stay. It's inexpensive. I have a friend living in Bali that I've known for years. You remember the company I used to work for? He moved here, but after a year or so here, he really didn't like it, so he moved to Bali. And he said that he's living cheaper in Bali than he did in the Philippines. It's a lot cheaper. It's like living in the Western world. He said you do have to learn the local language, though, at least a lot of it. But he said they have everything. You want to go to McDonald's, they have McDonald's. But he said out where he lives, it's really nice. Yeah, it could have turkey time. Price has gone up. Tom, maybe I'll move to a larger city 3 6 months. I call it that caters to expats and Westerners. See if your stress cools down. Maybe Kansas City out by Manila. Well, you know what? I thought about that, but Ruth won't do that. She won't go. Number one, she would go, but she won't like it. Number two is um, there's from one the people that I know that are vloggers that live in Kansas City. They want to move out. The begging, the streetwalkers, the freelancers, they want out of there. The ones that I know personally. Now, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Will someone please tell me I'm wrong? This beautiful place and you can live there. Cavite, Angeles City, Makati, people to get out and telling me. And even Baguio is overrun with expats. Jack Redmond, where is Jack Redmond? Jack Redmond is usually telling me that Baguio is a great place. Now I get a lot of my information from Jack and some of the guys that's been out and about, that's been traveling around, and they're sending me back and feedback on what is good, the prices of food, the prices of like restaurants, the price of hotels, the price of fuel, how much it costs them to stay, and they're finding that even Baguio is getting overrun with expats, and it's not as cool as it used to be. Meaning not temperature wise, but cool place to go. It's just overrun. Now, I do know that the tourism industry itself is down considerably, really considerably down. That there's not a lot of people are coming here. They're filtering over into Thailand and Cambodia, and, Bali, Vietnam. Quite a few guys apparently have gone to Vietnam. There would be my places to go if I was to go somewhere. Would be Vietnam and stay there for a couple of months. I think even though this is a great place to be here in the Philippines, but I'm kind of tired of fighting, going to a hotel, and then you have a room. No, sorry, sir, we're out. Well, I paid for a room. And so I'm kind of getting tired of that atmosphere, that fighting the battles every day here. And it's really true. Even the Filipino was telling me yesterday that she flew into Cebu and they're flying up to Bacolod. And she said that she got there so stressed. And I said, why? She says, it's just stressful for me. I said, you're Filipino. You guys don't supposed to get stressed. You're supposed to take calamities in. She said, yeah, but I've been in the States too long, Tom. And it's just not good for younger kids. Yeah, I and I have my baby, and so I kind of have to protect our R a little bit until she gets out of school. We would move somewhere, but it cost me money. I would tend to. I got to tell you, States is not a perfect place either. I know that. I know the States is a place that is going through its troubles. There's troubles here too, guys. What you see there is what you see here. I just don't announce it. Neither does someone else. I announce it in a nicer way, but there's what you see there is happening here too. What you see there with the schools is happening here too. What you see there is what's happening, that this, that, and other is exactly happening here too. Now it may not be happening exactly only certain parts, but an example yesterday, guy drives up to the bank and going in there, and he wanted to go in there and take something. So that was, and then there's always something going on. So what you see there is the same here. Here is calmer when you sit out there and hear the trees and the birds. And a lady, an American came here, and he's from Peru, and he has the domes, and he knows me from YouTube, and we met in town, and we were talking. He does self-sustainable in Peru in the Amazon. You can actually build a house, own the land, and everything there. He said it's so much better than the Philippines. Unbelievable. He married a mountain girl, so they're in there. He married a mountain girl from here, and so we knew each other. So anyway, we met, and he said it's so much better in the Philippines, not as much hassle. I mean, so much better in Peru than so much hassle. Anyway, he went back to the States. He went from his place there at Peru back to the States for a while, and he was telling me the stories of the States and what's going on there. He said, Tom, can I tell you the honest truth? And this was 2 weeks ago. And this is what he said. There's calamity there. There's calamity here. There's calamity in Peru and the Amazon. There's calamity all over the world. United States, God bless America, because it's Navy. Oh, a Navy SEAL, by the way. He's Navy 100%. He, in fact, told me that the United States is still the best country in the world, and it's the best country to live in the world. And don't let all these people tell you all the crap. Turn off the TV, enjoy your life. Turn off the TV and the radio, enjoy your life. He said, it's just like it always has been. He said, we were there, my daughter and my son, because they're with him down in Peru. They're there. They're going back. He applied for the visa here, and for the CR1 through Rapid Visa, I hooked him up, and I helped him with the paperwork and some of the stuff that he needs. So there, because he had to get married and pictures and all that stuff. So anyway, he's going back to the States, bring his wife there. Then he's going to go down in Peru and work a while and go back to the States. He's going to live back to the States. He said, I left the States thinking it's the most horrible place in the world. He says, it's not so horrible. He said, they should go to all these other countries. He said, you ought to go to Africa. You think it's horrible? You should go to Africa. So he was telling me stories about what's going on throughout the world. He said, Philippines is nice. He said, his wife, he got his wife. It cost him two pigs. Two pigs. She's a school teacher. James Mitch. Yes, live in Laguna, about an hour south of Manila. It's great here. Been a year, no power problems, no internet problems. And immigration is so easy here with a visa. 10 years now. John Paris. It's raining here too. There too, yeah. Bali has a major volcano, yeah. International visitors are down by 65%. Yeah, turkey time with Ruth. But I found that very interesting. We are going to take care of Mr. Tom Turkey on my birthday. And so we'll see about that. The thing, too, that I do want to say, his name is Todd, and a really good guy. And he has all this equipment. He makes these beautiful dome homes. He builds himself prepper houses with solar, all gardening, hydroponics, everything has to do with. So an American could say, okay, I want to go to Peru and I want to live forever. Packs up his stuff there. He's set and ready to go. And he sells those. It varies anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000, depending on the size of the land, and it goes up $60,000, depending on the size of the house and the dome house you want with the solar. Solar's included. He has the same problems, but he's making his own batteries, deep cell batteries now. You can't get the lithium there, can't get them here. We all get B and C and D grades here. So he can't afford the other one, so he's making his own deep cells here. And he told me how to do that. So, yeah, James, Laguna. It's raining here too. It's about America, but most people don't realize until they leave for a while. Yeah, Google. I think that's I started realizing a few things. It didn't hit me to this year. This year it hit me. And I realized that for me personally, that I left there thinking things that were so stressed there, and I wasn't stressed. I was stressed, but I wasn't stressed. I wanted a change of environment. That's what I wanted. Got here, change environment's fine. Love it. Great place here. It's a wonderful place. Wonderful place. You just have to be aware of things. The thing of it is it's like anywhere else in the world. Another American was attacked yesterday. They're somewhere up there, and he sent me an email. He said, beware, put your money in another thing. I said, I already know that. I've done 100 videos on that. That's why I tell everybody, be aware, because they're looking for the foreigners, the white skins. Why money? So America is like, at least I can walk down the street at midnight in USA, depending on the street though, right? Right? I can't walk down Detroit or New York or anything, or even Buffalo. I wouldn't walk down those streets. But there are areas here you just don't walk down, and you're not out. But here at 7 o'clock, you shouldn't be out here. Here, even in Valencia, even in Malibala, even in CDO, Davo's more safer. Even the guys in Duma are telling me they don't go out after 7, 8 o'clock at night. Now, maybe in Angeles City and some of the places up there, maybe it's nice. You can go out. And it's okay. But I don't know. I'm not there. Good morning, BT. Good morning. How you doing? BT, how you like where you at? Are you where you at? Are you in Angeles? Where you at? I'm good. Kabiga, Joel. Let's see. Omer, stop. John Ferris. I'm trying to take my gold pan and shovel and going to Chinook Island. Yeah, he was ripped off. Exactly. That's what I told him. I didn't want to embarrass her the first time I met her, and I said, so you're worth how many pigs? 2 pigs? She spoke English very well, and I said, she says, she says, I said, so are you the breadwinner? She goes, yes. I said, you got brothers? She has 2 brothers. I said, what do they do? She said, nothing. They stay and wait for me to bring the money home. Apparently, what happens in the tribal, all the men lay down and the women work, and women get the jobs. So that's what they do. And her father's tribal leader. So it cost 2 pigs. But she does school teaching there in the mountain. So, good for him, and I'm happy for him. And he is attempting to file the paperwork. As you know, it's not like you just snap your fingers and do the paperwork, because you always forget something, or something's not right, or maybe a marriage certificate didn't come in clear. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's a constant battle. It can take 1 month, 2 months to get all that finalized, depending back and forth. Because once you email them, it takes a day or two for them to get back to you. Then day 2 back, and then so they're a day or two, and then day or two, and then day or two. Before you know it, it's just in 5 papers a month. That's what happened to me. It took me an extra year to get everything done, and I waited a year. uh, I'm not BT. It's me, Betty. Oh, okay. Well, BT's back to bed. Yeah, he's not been feeling well lately. Prayers are with BT. God bless him, man. Tell him we're praying about him, and thank you, Betty, for coming on. I think he got no choice for now, but BT likes to live near a mountain like a raw yacht. Okay, yeah. He did a good video on that. You know what? Philippines is a beautiful place. Um, a beautiful place. There's quite a few places that are really nice like that. The thing that I know that would be the problem would be is to find a place that is sustainable, like you can get solar, or you can have your water, or you can have your power and all that stuff. Power's going to go up again, they said. I don't know how much. It always goes up, seems like every month or two. Google, did your power go up there where you're at? I know that mine has gone up another few dollars, but it's all right. How much is Social Security you collect monthly? I'm just going to say it ranges anywhere less than 2,000. It's more than 1,000. It's more than 1,300, and it's less than 2,000. You're welcome. Thank you for always supporting BT. Oh, you're so welcome. The thing about Social Security here is, um, it's like anything else. You know, here's the main reason I kind of want to get out of Dodge is health. If something happens to me and I got to go to the hospital, health, health. My brother-in-law is Korean. He fell with some kind of sickness. They can't figure out what it is. He went to many hospitals, many doctors, from Cebu to Manila to here to CDO, and they can't seem to figure out what it is. His flight is headed back to Korea, where they can go to a good hospital and do a checking. I did not know this. I did not. Korea is free entry into the States. I said, as far as that goes, why don't you fly to the United States of America? You have family there, right? He goes, no. I said, well, go there and go to the hospital there. I said, he said, well, Korea, I can pay for it in Korea. I can't pay for U.S. I said, oh, I see. He said, but I'm afraid. We still have some family members that are sick, and the doctors are, how can I say, not available. They're out of stock. They are. I don't know where they're not. I don't know. But the equipment's inadequate. The scanners, if they have them, they have the blood pressure machines and the heart things, the IVs, and that's about it, guys. We were in Balai. I was in Davao at the hospital, and I asked, I said, this is supposed to be the best hospital in the world. One of the best hospitals. Where are all your scanners and your equipment that's in a room upstairs? Where is, don't you have equipment like breathing machines and people have lung? No. Why? No. The doctor said, no. I said, don't you have like, if somebody has thing, they have a thing that goes down the throat like this, like this? Don't you have a thing in the pump? He goes, no, we don't have that. You're in the Philippines. I said, what if somebody has a heart attack? What do? He said, well, we do the best we can. We give them an aspirin. We can do this. And he started explaining to me a little bit. And I said, I'm really concerned. And this is some of the best hospital. And I got started getting angry. He said, sir, don't get angry. I said, what happened to all the stuff that you guys had? I said, even where I live. He says, send it all to Manila. We kept some here, but during that time we had the COVID. It all. So I said, he said, we can still do surgeries. I said, can I see your surgery room? Is that the one? He said, yeah. So I went in the surgery room. Guys, I wouldn't take Omer in there. Mold in the corner. Walls are dirty. This is a pristine hospital. You could eat off the floor. I wouldn't. But I'm going, Lord, get me and RR and Ruth to a better place. At least when they get sick, I can take them to the hospital and stand in line with everybody else for 3 hours, but at least be seen that day. Here it's 6 to 8 hours. When I was sick, I had to wait outside 6 hours, guys. I could have died. I felt like I was dying when I had typhoid. Doctor finally saw me and says, God, get him out of the chair and get him in the air conditioning. He's going to die right here. I was falling out of the chair. I was sick. He said, sir, why? I said, I told the lady, and Ruth has been yelling for an hour or 2 hours. And so he said, he's an American doctor that owns the hospital here. And now him and his wife and daughter, all doctors, have flown back to the States to work because there's no money here. So I'm out of luck in hospitals now. Since he's gone, I have nowhere to go. This gives me, I can get my frustrations out. Now, I'm not saying it's that way all over. I'm just saying where I'm at. I don't know about all over, but I would check it if I were you. Mitch, hello. He's finding out only fed him pants and canteen with egg, and he went back to bed. Excuse me. I know he's been down and sick, I apologize for not saying hi to him I should say hi to him on Facebook and really see how he's doing. I apologize for that. I've been kind of hectic fighting these other little things with the things going on with my paperwork and all this other stuff. And I do have to get to. So I'm going to fight that battle. Google, I'm going to leave probably about 3 or 4 in the morning and get there at hopefully a reasonable time when I go. It's 4 or 5 hour bus ride. That's if they don't stop and eat breakfast and everything else. It's not really that far. I can drive by car in 2 hours. But since I sold my car, now I can rent a car. It's $60 a day to rent one here. But then I don't want to rent one here. I stopped driving for a reason, you know. And a lot of Americans are buying cars now, but which is a good thing. If I knew somebody going there, I'd hitch a ride. Yeah, I think a lot of times too is the hospitals themselves are really good. If you have you got a cut or you fell off, you got a broke leg, or you have something external that's nothing internal. If you have something internal like kidney or heart or any of that stuff, I would seek other things. Like when Mike Kaysen was sick there for a while, I was really, I told him to get out of the country and go back to Texas and from my Philippine journey. And he told me, he says, and even Enrique and some of the guys when they were sick, Enrique and a couple of guys, Enrique ended back, and there's a couple of guys in the back, I can't really go in detail with them, but they went back to the States for health reasons. And you understand why, right? So if you get sick and you need hospital care, I want to be able to get to the doctor. The hospital here even in the one in Davao, the guy told me they called an emergency, called 911. The van emergency 911 operator says he will be there within 10 minutes. He showed up an hour later. The lady's husband was really in bad shape. He got to the hospital in Davao at the major hospital there, Luke's, and he got turned away because the Aetna and United Healthcare card that he had was non-existent. In other words, they don't accept those anymore. So he said, well, I have a credit card. He said, okay, let's check how much you have on your credit card. Get me in the hospital. Let's not worry about the credit thing right now. She's yelling at him, and Filipina yelling at him. So they get him in the hospital, and apparently they checked his credit card, and it was fine. Apparently, I don't know. I really don't know about that detail. But I do know that they did end up taking care of him. He was transported to another local hospital that had the specialist there that was really good on heart, and he survived it. Since he went through that escapade and having that stroke, he decided that it's in his best interest to find somewhere else to live. So he's thinking about moving to Makati and Manila and the city, some of the places, Clark, some places up there, and see if he could go up there. But after doing the research and finding out and talking to the doctors, he felt in his best interest that it was best for him to leave the country. And so he's back in the States now, back where he lived in wherever, Texas or something. So and I hear those stories all the time. My email is full of them. I started Patreon, the people that want to do that, because I get so many questions of people coming to the Philippines. How much does it cost? How much do I need? Where can I live? Where's the best places you suggest I live? So I started Patreon yesterday. I wasn't going to do it, and I've been against it the whole time. But I started not necessarily I started for some of the people that asked me 99 questions. And when they get here, I have many people that call me on the phone or try to reach me and say, I'm here in the Philippines. Now what do I do? You guys would be surprised. What do you mean, what do you do? Do you see your lady? Is your lady not there? Did you not plan that out? Well, I didn't know. It's like, so I question sometimes the capacity in some brains, but I do get those. I do get people calling me that I reluctantly gave out my phone number, and I wish I didn't, and say, I'm now here, what do I do? Well, I don't know. I think maybe you should not call me anymore. I'm not you, and you live your life. I can't help you. I'm here. Then a guy in Cebu messaged me last week and said, the doctor in the hospital will not let me out. I need to go pay my hospital bill and I need someone to go pick up a credit card and take it out. I said, I've done this a dozen times, and I've helped people get out of the country. And I said, Lord told me to do it, so I'm going to do it. So I said, okay, who do I know in Cebu? I have family there, thank God. And I have friends there, but I get tired of calling them. He says, they always say, I'm not answering Tom's phone. What's wrong with another foreigner coming to the Philippines? And that's what they say. Another foreigner's got a problem? I don't want to help. So I asked someone in the family, go there, pick up his credit card, go down to the bank and see if they can get the money out to help pay his hospital bill so he can get out of the hospital. So they're not supposed to do that, but they do. So they asked him to sign a line of credit, but he had no information with him. So anyway, he left. She says it was a nightmare. But you know what he did? Out of the goodness of his heart, he gave her $1,000. And she called me crying. He said, I don't know what to do. I said, you offer to give it back? She said, no. I took it. I said, okay. Take the money and split it with your sister and pay for your college and pay for your training there was going to be a Coast Guard. I said, pay for training. I said, go do it and have fun with it. It's your money, So the guy paid her $1,000 because in his mind, she saved his life. He called and thanked me and sent me a nice email and sent me, thank you for helping me. But it's like, I get that. I get a lot of those where a guy got deported because he didn't pay his visa. Why people don't pay their visas, I have no idea. So He calls me. He says, I'm getting ready to get deported out of here. I said, well, how much do you owe? He said, $3,000. Well, $3,000 under 3,000 peso. I said, that's cheap. Normally get up $10,000, $15,000. I said, you can negotiate that price. Hire an attorney. He goes, you can? I go, yes. Hire an attorney. They negotiate the price. Negotiate the price. Negotiate. Offer him a deal so you can get out of the country. I said, get out of here, you know. Next, Great Depression, thanks to the Fed. Mitch, let's see. Hold on. Mitch is saying something here. I don't want to miss. Hey, Artco. Yeah, it's impossible. 60 insurance in the Philippines is really hard to get. I use the Maxi cards, and I have Philly Health, and then I have that other policy I bought. No better season than that. So how you doing, Artco? Good to see you. Mitch, thank you for only $5 pence. Tom, the politicians are talking about cutting Social Security in half, so you get $3K would be just $1,500 to get themselves raises Congress yearly. Well, I hope they don't do that. It will cause a ruckus for sure, especially some of these old guys. Really, I've not heard of 50% cut in Social Security. Great Depression, thanks to the Fed. They're wanting to tax veteran benefits. They're tax-free. I think a lot of times, a lot of the politicians, they get involved in it and things like that. I think a lot of times, Mitch, a lot of it is, I don't know how to say this. It's very serious, and it's very thing, and they're trying. Sometimes it's sort of like, how can I say this without being rude? Cry wolf, cry wolf. I don't know. I'm not there in the States. Even here, economy itself is poor. Even this situation here, you guys know that. But if they cut the benefits to half, that would cause havoc on the world, because most of the guys, include the ones that have nothing to do with the United States of America, and include the ones that really hate USA, and you cut their benefits, they're going to really say to yourself, well, you know what? But a lot of people dog the USA, but are still drawing benefits from the United States, even though they paid it in, but still benefits from the United States. And so they really dog USA for that. And then really long story short, you're dogging the United States, one of the best countries in the world, because of you hate it there, but you still drawing benefits from there, whether it's SSI or SSDI or Social Security. And you're drawing those benefits and you're living off of it. So you could have no benefits. You could have none. Be like here in the Philippines. They get none. Very little. Social Security, very little. Very little. None. What? 30, 40 bucks a month, 60 bucks a month? That's it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody drawing anything over than that. I don't know. I need to ask Noonie. She worked for the plates for 25 years. I don't know how much she gets. But even if you get $100 a month, is that going to make you happy? No, or $200 a month? So if you had to go back to work today, and you're not getting benefits in the United States of America, what will all these Americans do that's outside the United States? Well, you know what they'd be doing, don't you? Everyone would be crying wolf heading back to the States. Tell me if I'm not wrong. Well, or you stay there and get a job. So say you're not getting but very little benefits, so you buckle down here, say you're making it on $400 or $500 a month, they cut your benefits, so you're going to stay here, you go back to the States. So a lot of people would say, okay, I stay here and buckle down. Well, what if they cut out all of it? That's the reason that's the reason I've always been a self-sustainer, man. That's the reason I'm going back to States. I'm going to build a self-sustaining life there. In other words, where I'm not dependent upon anybody or anything. I'm dependent upon the environment I'm in here. And foreigners have rights here, but I'm dependent upon this environment. Back in the States, I can create my own world that I don't have to worry about anybody or anything. If I don't get a check 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, I want to make it sustainable that I don't have to worry about that. And that's exactly what I'm going back there for. In my health, I'm going back to so they can earn and learn about sustainability and live in life. Whether I live in an RV or live in a tent off the side of the road, which hopefully I will never have to do. But if I live in an RV or if I travel around or if I buy me a house or a tiny home and live in a tiny home, it's going to be self-sustainable. So if something happens, okay, self-sustainable here. I got to tell you guys, you can do it. I am self-sustainable here. Got my solar, got everything, nominal bills, but I don't want to be here if things go sour. It's for me, it's not a place. So if things go really sour, I want to be back over there where I can kind of protect myself, because I can't even own a pocket knife here. And you're not going to get some of these women picking up, things like that and having some type of protection. Very few, maybe bear spray, but you're not going to have that, right? So Ruth and I talked about that. In other words, I've always been a guy, I'll figure it out. If I don't have a river, I'll bring the river to me. And that's why I think like that. That's my mind. It's constantly going. I'm like that guy Todd, the prepper. I'll prep it. I'll have my own food. You can't grow food here like that. You can, but it's really hard. Really hard. Too many different diseases and things like that here. It's like if you vaccinate a rooster here and you vaccinate chickens over here, the turkeys will die, even though they're not vaccinated. How does it get there? I have no idea. But guess what? We've lost turkeys because of these idiots, but chickens and roosters over here that's vaccinated with all this high power stuff. We've lost probably half our load, half the turkeys because of that. So there's a lot of things here you have no control over. I can't control that. I can't control that. I can't control anything here. Only what's inside this house. Other than that, outside here. But I go to the States, I can control anything and everything. As long as I obey the rules. My opinion. Let's see here. Cyber Blizzard. Next Great Depression, 2023. I wanted tax veteran benefits. The Social Security and tax benefits, I won't be able to live here, live anywhere. Well, Tim D, you just come live with me in the States. I told John Shoemake that the other day. If it gets sour here, you come live with me. I'll make sure that you have plenty of room and plenty of food and anything you want to do. I guarantee that for sure, my friend. I would take you in. I would take John Shoemake, any of the guys in, anytime. And I'll make sure we have a place to stay and sleep, and you'll have plenty of food and homegrown food. Morning, how much does it cost to immigrate from New Zealand to the Philippines? Hey, Cyber Blizzard, I'm thinking it depends on what you want to do, how much you want to do. So if you want to move here and start a new life, it can cost you anywhere from $5 to $10 to $20 to $30, $40, $50,000, depending on what kind of lifestyle you want to live. You want to live in a Nipa hut, you can live inexpensively with no power, no electric, no anything. If you want to live on the beach, you can live on the beach inexpensively. If you want to have a house and have land and things like that, which you cannot own, your wife can own, you can live fairly good. So realistically, if you're coming to the Philippines, don't laugh at me. Even Bud Brown says this, my buddy Bud. You need $250,000 to come to the Philippines if you want to have a sustainable life and you want to live in if you want to buy property and land. If you don't want to buy property and land, you want to live in the Philippines and you want to live on Social Security or SSDI, you need at least $50,000. And hope and pray you live. And hope and pray you're not sick. If you're sick, you're going to need more money than that. So that's my opinion only. So $50,000 minimum to come to the Philippines. If you plan on buying anything, you'll need a lot more than that. And $50,000 is only going to cover you for a period of time because you're going to have insurance and all the other stuff. Insurance and things like that can eat you up if you can find the insurance. Most hospitals are not accepting insurance, even though they're telling everybody they're accepting it. You go to the hospital, oh yeah, we accept it. Go check out and see what happens. You go in that hospital when you check out. Oh, sir, sorry, we stopped taking that 2 years ago because of COVID. They didn't pay their bills. A lot of these insurance companies did not pay the bills to the hospitals. You think the hospital's going to accept their insurance anymore? Of course not. Philly Health is bankrupt. They went bankrupt. The government had to take them over. So when they go pay a bill now, you used to pay 100%, Now they only pay 10% or 20% of the bill. So if the bill is 20,000 peso, which is $400, they're only going to pay 2,000 peso of that. Or if you're lucky, you're going to get them to pay maybe 3,000 peso of that. They're not going to pay much at all. So the insurance industry here is kind of shot. Hospitals are kind of like, before COVID, it was fine. I went to the hospital, had all this stuff done, didn't cost me anything. Now I go to the hospital even for a simple thing. It's $100. It's cheaper in the States. I can go in the States and go to the hospital cheaper than I can here. Because I have Medicare, Medicaid, and all that stuff. Get your chest, Tom. Spending is good for you. Yeah, politicians sure like spending your money. Yeah, while sending money overseas, $5. Get it off your chest. Yeah, so I said to myself the other day, so if I go to the States, when we go to the States, if and when, because it's all up to God. So we get to the States, then we have a situation. So how would I live? Well, I don't know. There's 10 different ways you could live. But can you live inexpensively? Sure, you can live inexpensively, but it's like anything else. Trying to find rent is going to be a problem. Trying to find a house to stay in is going to be a problem. Trying to find somewhere that you want to be, okay, I want to live this area, may be a problem because more than likely there's no rental available and you got homeless there too and you got a lot of problems. But a lot of times too it's thinking outside the box. There's many places you can go and stay and many places you can do. You just have to think. And it's like coming to the Philippines. You came to the Philippines with this clothes on your back. What are you going to do? Right? Well, luckily someone here was to reach out to you and hold you and pull you in and say you can stay at my Nipa hut for a while. You go stay. That's what Ruth has, a Nipa hut. So I stayed at Ruth's Nipa hut. I couldn't fit on the bed. My foot was just off the bed, but it's okay. So I stayed at her Nipa hut. I said, okay, we got to find something better. So the apartment, we paid $100 a month. That's fine. But then there was a problem there too. So an attorney owned it. My buddy attorney owned it. And there's problems there too. Not for me, but because of life, right? He had people stealing his electric. He had people stealing his water. He had problems so much. I said, my electric bill is 6,000 peso. I said, why? It's usually $20 or $40. He goes, what the heck? He said, I bet that guy stole electricity. Went over there and the guy stole electricity from him. They ain't stealing water. Then somebody else stole water down the road. Then we found one guy 400 feet away stealing water from him. And my water bills were, $60, $80 a month. Well, it should be $2. So, we've had some deals there. So you got to just be aware. Does it happen just in the province? No, it happens in the city too. It happens in the city. We're in Cebu. Remember, we stayed there quite a while there, a month or so. And we had problems there too. The lady that owned the hotel, really nice place, was saying, and I said, your electricity's off. She said, I bet that guy is stealing my electricity again. So I go, really? I said, let's go see. So I went back. She goes, yep, see the line? See that? That's my electricity. And why it's off is because he unplugged me here. I got to call the electric company and get him unplugged again. That's in a hotel in Cebu. So it's like, okay, welcome to the Philippines, right? You never know what's going to happen. And like I said, we went to that resort the other day and found ourselves in unfamiliar territory. So it just happens that way. And I think realistically, as time goes on, if it does get so bad and gets worse, that's the reason I want to get my babies that way, because I'm not sure that I want to be this way. I still have family there. You got family there and you left your family there, I would suggest you rethink the situation. It's up to you though. Some guys say, I don't care about my kids. They can fend for themselves, I got one friend, he said, I care less about my kids. They don't care about me, I care less. Well, eventually you're going to end up caring. Somewhere along the lines. You're laying on your deathbed, you're going to just say, hey, I wish my kids were here. Because every day you're thinking about them. I don't care what anybody say, right? Omer, quit barking. He's chasing a dog out there today. So since I've been jabbering for 10 minutes about inventing about where we're going to live and this, that, and other, how is everybody today? Betty, you still here? BT, Mitch, you guys still here? Tim? So Tim, you stay with me. So, see, get off the chest, Tom. Yeah, there you go. Charles, you still here? Working on a new video from Manila, Joe and Jeannie. That's awesome, Joe. I really like your channel. You got a great channel yourself. Another guy arrived here yesterday or day before yesterday. He started a new channel. He's got like 400 subscribers and shouted out. So I said, okay, we'll support you for sure. And, you know, it's like anything else. We want support. I hear Enrique's getting married or got married. Congratulations to him. He's getting married or got married or going to get married or something. But whatever it is, congratulations to him. And so nice to see that. I didn't think he'd ever get married, but high five if he did. That's really a positive thing. That's a good thing. And who was it? Scott Expat. Shout out to you for your mama. Let's see, Joe, Jeannie, John Pears. How you doing, James Gilbert? So James, you still here? Matthew? Google? Let's see how long I've been on. I don't know. It doesn't say. 1 hour ago. It's been on 1 hour. That's okay. So I was in, remind me of a story. I was in this time in 2015. I was in a place there in Florida called, at the resorts out of Disney. And I was doing a walkthrough for a quote that I was going to give them for a price of something. Well, they said to me, give me a price on something. So as I'm saying and giving them a price, a guy came up and said, we got a big box of sunglasses. And what do we put these at? And I looked at him and I said, where do you get all those sunglasses? He said, off the rides. I said, what do you mean off the rides? He said, when it goes around like this, and it goes around like this, all the sunglasses and hats fall off the people, and it goes into a net at the bottom, and we save all the sunglasses and hats in case it's in. That guy had a box of those things. I bet he had, you know what, I don't know how many sunglasses, but there was a few hundred pair of sunglasses just in that thing, you know? Just in the thing. Hi, Mitch Brumwell. Hey, Scott Expat. I just did a shout out to you. How you doing? You must be thinking like me. Thank you, Mitch. And I know it's me whining. So, Mitch, I'm coming to stay with you. That's where I do it. I just come stay with you. Thank you for the super chat. High five. We appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. So how is Scott? How's mom doing? How's your mother? Hopefully she's well. How are things with you? I had oh, you good? Good to hear. Yeah. In fact, I thought about you this morning and your mother. So hopefully you're fine. We had the first day we've not had any rain in a while. I can tell you that. It's nice. It's been actually nice. We had some problem home from the rehab. Okay, good. That's good to hear. I know that you're worried about that, and I'm glad she's fine. I had a problem with my septic here at the house, and I had to deal with that on Sunday. What happened was the walls of what I did was I had 3 barrels, right? One for this house, one for that, one in the front, right? And so they go in here and it filters down and then goes into a leach field. And the leach field goes into another drain. It's like a French drain. It's a big drain. What happened? The walls collapsed. And I said, how did all that concrete? You guys remember when we had the earthquakes? That's when it collapsed. And we've been having problems with it now for a couple of years. And it finally just kind of decided to do. And I go, why is that? I designed this thing, I thought perfectly in my mind, right? And it comes with an idea from RV lifestyle. So I said, that thing should be pristine, should be fine, should last another, 20 years. And I said to myself, I bet the wall, something's going on. Sure enough, went in and collapsed. When it collapsed, it covered up all the pipes and all the dirt and everything came in. And so it was a real mess. It was a mess. So we pulled up the trap. It's a door about, 5 feet by 5 feet, a concrete thing. So three of us pulled that thing up and it collapsed. So we had to clean all that out, cleaned it out. We're done in 2 hours. Everything was fine. It was stopped up, but I got it all cleaned out and I was working 100% again. But I never figured that I'd have to be fighting for I thought fireproof house. I thought wind, Cat 4. I thought storms, Cat 4. I thought of everything except for, when I was designing this situation, because I want to be dependent on water. We have water source. I didn't want to be dependent on power, and I don't want to be dependent on anything. So what I did was I said, okay, I'm going to design this properly. There's one thing I did not take in effect. I did not plan for. I did not plan for that is earthquake. I didn't know we have earthquakes. Well, we did. We had many of them. So that's what happened. Sorry to hear about the sewer. Yeah, it's okay. It worked out really good. We got it cleaned out. And thanks to my brother-in-law and a cousin. And they really did a good job. They always do. And it worked out very good. It got, in other words, it was one of those things that just finally just kind of kicked in, and I have an idea. But one thing I have to say, is this earthquake resistant? No. I don't think anything is. But I'd rather be in this than a concrete house when an earthquake came. Because this would shake, but it's sealed on top and bottom. It's screwed, so it's not like concrete with a flake off on you. That's the reason we had to move from the other house in town, and we decided to come out here. But I didn't think about that. Yeah, we got it fixed. It was really no cost factor. It was just labor, and it was just fixing that wall back up. We had everything we needed to do to fix it. And the ground is kind of tough clay here, so that's the reason you can't grow anything. It's clay, high content of alkaline, and you can grow a few things here on the top, but it's really clay. Hey Charles, hi, I'm here. Good to see you, Charles. So Charles, when are you planning on coming? What's your plans? By the way, Charles, I haven't talked to anybody, but I thought you're coming like this year, right? Isn't it this year? Hello, BT. Are you up? Did you finish your nap? Yeah. So how are you doing, BT? You feel better? Nice to see you, my friend. I'm awake. Well, nice to see you. How do you feel? You feeling better? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully not too much going on. Cyber Blizzard. Is your health system in the Philippines non-existent due to the corruption? So I mentioned GMA website. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because of the doctors left during COVID. Cyber, they left because of COVID. And the doctors that are here, great doctors here, don't get me wrong. It's just that if you're sick, to get to the doctor and get it repaired, get you squared away, it's kind of hard, okay? So what I mean is you're not going to, you may not find the equipment available, number one. Number two is you may or may not find the apparatuses to help you feel better. You may or may not find the adequate doctor or nurses to help you. The nurses are staying, but they're leaving to going overseas so they make more money. And their income has increased considerably during that time. So I think that realistically, to answer your question, I don't know about the corruption aspect. I think it's get yourself a survival dry toilet. Yeah. A composting toilet would be a thing to do. But I don't need it. I have this now, and you don't have, and what I have set up, it uses very little water, to flush it. I have the house high enough and just very little water to use. But water's not a problem here because it rains so much every day. But yeah, a good one would be like out in the desert somewhere. But yeah, insurance itself is not. Insurance is really non-existent here. It's existent, but it's non-existent because Philly Health went bankrupt, and the other thing is in financial trouble. Hospitals are hanging on, just hanging on, supported by the government and everything else. So it's that. Yeah, yeah. The gray water, the septic is 100% black. The gray water goes separate into its own separate trough out back here. So like the sink and the shower goes here, like back of the right here. The black itself goes in the septic. So the black should last a long time, along with the water. But the gray, like for showers, washing dishes, things like that, goes into a separate tank here. But it's a drainable tank. It's actually through the ground, filtered through the ground. It's a box, basically a box. A box in the ground, that's it. The septic course is controlled in the containers. And then the reclaim, the gray water, when it's done, filters out into my leach field, which is about 30 feet long, 20 feet long. Remember, I only have 10 meter this way, maybe not even that much, maybe half of that. I don't know, not that much. And it goes into a box. And in this box with gravel and rock, it filters up. If the box gets to where it overflows, then I have another pipe this so far up, like this far up, 2 feet up. If it floats, of course, it drains from there out to another area. So it's got triple. So if there's a lot of water there and it goes in there, and it drains out of there into another area. So it's always draining. So it's dry. Not really, but it's dry. Yeah, you pulled on that, Mommy. It broke on this end. I knew that was going to happen. So you set it on the bed, honey. I'll take care of it. Just set it on the bed. The clothes fell down. Let's see. Can you get Red X septic treatment? Microzetha paper and grease. You know what, Mitch? But the question is it safe? Dabo Don, it's always safe when you come in because guess what? You're the man. You know what, Mitch? What we do is instead of using that, I use baking soda. It has this automatic enzyme. The baking soda loves eating the enzyme there. You can't get Red X here. I tried. So I had to go to all natural remedies. I use baking soda. Baking soda works really good. If you really want to do it, throw a little vinegar in there with it. And it's really going to give those enzymes activity. And it's like this. And I checked the level of that.
Yes, man.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeast, yes. Ruth said yeast. Yeast is really good too. And I checked the level of the poop. Okay. After 5 years of using that, because I've been here 7, so 5 years here, it's down only about that much in the bottom. I find that very interesting. So it means that the enzyme's working very well. So 5 years, that much. An inch at the bottom. So the rest is free and clear. So it's working properly. So I have 2 barrels side by side. Then I have a barrel in front that's just lower, right? Then, not all low, but low, 6 to 8 inches. Then I have pipes coming out of each barrel into that barrel, for the one in front like this. Then I have 2 pipes lower, the septic. And in those pipes, I drilled, we had no drill, right? So I had to heat up nails And with a pair of pliers, do this. That's what we had to do. We had to build a fire because they had drills here. You couldn't buy a drill here when I arrived. There was none anywhere. We looked everywhere for a drill. You couldn't even find a drill. In fact, you go to town and look for an electrician had a drill, you didn't have it. They used to use hammers to go into the walls. So there was no drills available for me here where I'm at. Even at City Hardware, had no drills. So, long story short, we got the nails and punched holes in it. Then I wrapped it in mosquito netting, and then ran my leach field all the way down. Put it into 3-inch pipe. Then put it into that big box, 5 feet by 5 feet box with gravel, big gravel, this big, in it to the top. Then I put a exit pipe at the top just for exit. On this end here, I did put methane gas escape, and put a 3-inch pipe there for methane gas. Ran it about 40 feet in the air, and it's attached to the blessing house, and it holds it takes the methane out of the property. You can't smell it or anything. In other words, it's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm actually surprised. So how's Davodon, man? How's Mr. Davodon? What, no drills? I know. I looked everywhere for one, Mitch. So I ordered one from Lazada. I got it in, and the batteries would not charge up. Like, it was a battery, right? So B-Boy knew someone in town that had an electric drill. So we brought it out, and it wouldn't work. There's a short in it or something. It wouldn't work. So I said, just forget it. Heat the a 16-penny nail by fire, and we'll stand here and do this all day. So about 5 of us out there, and then pipes put holes in it so the water can escape. Now, we didn't put holes in the bottom. We left the bottom about this wide so the water could go through. Anything over water over that, we left the holes so the water can escape all the way down at the end, because you don't want to put holes here and it escapes right here, right? So you want to do it at the end. Now, the ones in the U.S., they have it where it holes all the way through the whole thing, all the way out. And I learned septics the hard way in the U.S. My house had a bad septic, and me and my buddy fixed it one night. No permit, no code, no anything. Went out there and fixed it with a tractor one night. Got that bad boy squared away, and we did it ourselves. I gave him a couple $1,000 because it's $5,000 to fix one there in the States, and we did it ourselves, and it still running to this day. But yeah, I hate septic, but I learned septic and learned what to do in the vents and the peak traps and the air traps and all that stuff, and what to do about it. So Mark Movie, can you change it to 220 volt? Yeah, be careful with your DeWalt's. Make sure they're adaptable. I burn up mine because I plugged it in, burn up, caught on fire. It was blazing fire out of it. I said, "Oh, what's burning?" And she left it on the table, and she goes, "Daddy, it's on fire. It's on fire." My table caught on fire. My drill caught on fire. It was the funniest thing. Not at that moment, right after I got it. Make sure you get a step down. You need, that's 110 a step up. You need a step up transformer before you plug it in. Smart mode, you charge it with 220 volt. I brought my DeWalt's with me. I will take my Bosch and Roby with me when you go to Cebu, Mugton. Hey, Scott, make sure you get a step up or step down, depending on the volts there. If you got 220, you're okay. It's going to have saved me a lot of heartache. Yeah. Ken Unger, good morning. How you doing? Arlene, how you doing? Good morning. How's Arlene? Good to see you. Good to see you. I used toilet and devil like 2 inches off the floor. I need help getting up. Me too. Me too. When I first used it, I couldn't get up either. I still need help getting up off the floor now. I can't get up off the floor now. Hi, Kenny, Davo, Don. You guys saying hi. So, Ken Unger, how are things? How's the job? How's things? Yeah, it's funny how, Ken, how is car sales? How is things going? And how's that wonderful lady of yours? I've not even seen him. Well, what happened? I'm not. I gotta check. I have to check Arlene's here, and I got Maureen. I gotta check hers too. I don't know if I'm unsubscribed or what. YouTube. I don't know. I need to check because I check my notifications, but I don't see them all. Good. Keep selling them cars, my friend. No, Mr. Somebody. How you doing? I love your name, Mr. Somebody. No, I won't go back full. I do have a part-time job when I go back. I do have a part-time job if I want it. I don't know that I want it. Yeah. I don't know if I want it, but I think I want to. What I want to do is there's a job. What I used to do. One of the jobs that I had at one time, I was a retailer, and I have a job when I going back into retail, and it's working about 25 hours a week at $20 an hour. That's the most money on that job. It used to pay 14, now it's 20. And basically what it is, it's going to retail stores, it's going to the Walmart, it's going to all the stores, and it's putting coupons. It's a list. It's on a computer or a phone, and you go down there, go to the aspirin aisle, put up the coupons that you received in your mail. Please, when done, take a picture of it, make sure the tag is right, and make sure it's priced accordingly. If not, scan it on your phone to make sure the price. So you scan it, and the price is correctly. Then please take a picture. Please take up to 3 pictures. So you take this, and you send it in, and it'll say not accepted or accepted. And that's what I did for a living. And so I would have this many tasks to do in that one store, and I would be there, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And that's what I did when I worked for Apple. And Apple iPhone. I worked for iPhone. And I did that for quite a while. I liked it. It was never something I needed more money than that. So I worked another job and another job. I was a night desk clerk at a hotel there on the beach. And I sat at night from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And then I would go to work doing that thing full time. I was full time. And I'd be off at, 3 and a half, 4 in the afternoon from, 8 to 4 or 5. And no, I wouldn't take lunch. Then I'd go bed. And but I didn't work all the time at the night desk. I only worked like 3 days a week. Well, 4 days a week. It gave me $300 a week. So between that, and then I did restaurant cleaning on the nights I was off. Like Sunday night or Monday night I was off, I go clean restaurant hoods. And I would make a lot of money doing that. A lot of money, $500-600 a night cleaning hoods for 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, depending where it was at. But I knew what I was doing with that because I did that for years also. So that's what I did. So I have a job when I go back, so that's what I'll be doing. Not cleaning hoods, believe me, because that's how I fell off the roof and almost died there. I will be doing retail. And if I can't do that, I'll find something else to do. I can go to work at Firestone or something. Part-time. Give me something to do. I'm bored as heck here. I have 9 channels on YouTube. 9. And it's hard for me to keep up with all of them, but that keeps me busy. That's the kind of personality I am. I'm like this all the time, guys. Okay, what can I do now? I go do something. That's the way I am. God made me that way, non-stop. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. That's what I did all my life. So I'm sitting here going, well, I'm not watching TV today. Let's go eat lunch. Well, we did that last 10 days. Okay, what am I going to do today? I'm bored as heck here. There's nothing to do. I only went to that park. I went to that park. I did zip line. I did this. I did that. And they won't let me do zip line here. I cannot. I'm too old, number one. And number two is I'm too big. So I don't know if it was the too big part or the other, but they told me I was too old. I didn't think you'd be too old to zip line, but they said I'm too heavy. So I take care of that. Let's see, Cyber Billy, what did you say here? Did I miss you? 2 inch, yeah. I used toilet one time. I had to have help getting up too. I'm the same way. Grandmaster Davodon. Davodon is the king of. I have a regulator. Okay, good. Kenner Fabulous Unger. Carcel's good. Maureen is great. I've been watching you in Shooting Star, just not breaking into your live stream. Yeah. So, Mr. Somebody, that's what that is. So, have a nice day, Cyber. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Somebody, that's what I'm going to do. Or try to do. And it may not do that. I did find out something else that I'm going to do. Mitch, can I work with you? I'll work with you. Most jobs pay 20 an hour. I'll take it. I'll take it for 10. I don't care. So, hey, Mitch, therethere's a job working at KOA. You know where you're coming down out of Titusville? And maybe not Titusville. Maybe it's 46. 46 there, Sanford. And it hits I-4 there. There's a KOA right there. They're looking for camp managers. The pay is $17.50 an hour, and it's working from September to March. And your RV is 100. It's only $100 a month to stay, and you get your benefit off of electric, and sewer's free. Everything else is free. So you only pay $100 a month, but you still get salary. You get salary, and they're looking for 2 people. I found it yesterday on Work Camper. I go, really? That'd be a cool job. And the job is one's inside and one's outside picking up trash stuff. I said, well, I can pick up trash. I need to lose some weight anyway. So I'll do that. Yeah. 46. Yeah. Right there. Friday night here overnight, -2. Wow. Scott Expat. They have miniature cabins also. Yeah. Miniature cabins. Yes. And one is like they have their own cleaners, right? But mine would be keeping the grounds clean, filling propane, the outside person, picking up trash at 8 a.m. It's okay. But the work week is this. It is 6 hours a day, 4 days a week. Not full time. So 6 hours is 24 hours a week. It's okay. But it'd be Ruth gets salary, I get salary. So that's like making an hour, 32 an hour for 24 hours. And I can stay there for $100 a month. Gee. And they're not going to critique the model of the RV. So if you have say a 2000 whatever Class A, they're not going to critique it. You can stay in the back part. You have to have power, bathroom, and fridge and things like that. But because of sustainability. Other than that, you're fine. So they have miniature cabins. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm fine. CJ's is good. Arlene's at work. Mom is laying down at the moment. Yeah, I like those miniature cabins. They're really nice, cute looking, you know. Man, it's already 11 o'clock. Wow. So, I lost my place here. Yeah. They just built a brand new Flying J gas station right across the street, Highway 46 and 1 mile. Did it really? Wow, that's got to be a beautiful place. Have you been to the Buc-ee's? You been to Buc-ee's yet, Mitch? Is there Buc-ee's there at 50? Is the Walmart still there at 50 and I-95 there? Is the Walmart still there? That would be one of my new customers if I get the job. Of course, time I get there, who knows, you know? But anyway, Buc-ee's. They say those Buc-ee's are really nice. I've been to one in Texas, but I've not been to any in Florida because I've been here. Yeah, I want to really travel. I want to really do a few things. At least I can get in the car and I can go there and not have to worry about running over a child here. Those times me driving here are, I don't want to even talk about it. It's that's the reason I gave up driving. Too many kids running down the street. No rules, no regulations, no stop signs. Ruth's had a couple of accidents on a motorcycle. We've not told anybody that where people have hit her and things, and so it's really motorcycle and transportation is detriment to your health here. Not saying it's not in the United States, but it's detriment here because people do this all the time. They're here and then weave around and then you're here and then they're here, and that could cause accidents. You got hit by I think tuk-tuk twice. These tuk-tuk drivers. Okay, so it's still alive and well. That 50 is still there, huh? That Walmart. Yeah, in fact, I thought about that. I thought about that the other day. That would be one of the particular stores. At one time, before I got the job with that Apple, I worked for a paint company, and I was a paint specialist. Had to go to school for paint. Go figure, right? Sherwin-Williams, and then Glidden offered me a job. I ended up working for Glidden. A better job, better pay, better job all the way around. And so I worked for Glidden Paint. Really, really good job, man. Went to Lowe's, Home Depots, teach them how to mix paint and tell them upcoming projects and make sure the paint chips are all okay. And that was really a good job. They paid per diem, paid mileage. Really great job. Non-brainer job. I understand there's one of those still available out there. I just saw one yesterday. That was probably one of the best jobs I ever had because they paid you food. They probably don't do it now, but they paid you food and allowance, car allowance. You got a monthly check, non-taxable check. And they had 401k. They had everything, insurance, 100%. I did. I own many businesses. Yeah. No regulations, not a police enforced. That's exactly right. Buckeyes LPG at Dayton and Green Cove Springs exit 995. Yeah, MK, besides you say gas, sir. Yeah. No gas. Bucky's LPGA, you're right. Okay, Green Cove Springs. I know exactly where that is. No regulations. Nice meeting you, MK saying. I thought you were a business owner. I did. I own many businesses. It's hectic here in the Philippines. I know what you mean. The kids been out and old ladies just don't watch. Oh, please be careful. Please, please, please. I was like that 4 or 5 years ago, but man, as time goes on, your attitude will change on that. The thing that about the business I own, I own a lot of businesses. Too many. I had a manufacturing business. I manufactured foods for Dixie's, Albertsons, Publix. My best customer was Walmart and Winn-Dixie were my best customers. And I did manufacturing seasonings and seasoned products, blackened fish, blackened steak, hamburger, pork, chicken, fajitas, seasoning, so many, and salad seasonings. And then I had dehydrated meals. And so I did that for 9 years, supplied to them. And I did it every day like this. Hello, sir. This is Tom. Mr. Publix, could I put my products in your store? No, get away now. Took me quite a few years to get it there, but I got her done. You don't think persistent pays off? It does. My very first customer, Winn-Dixie, because so many people were writing in saying they wanted my products. And so Winn-Dixie said they had no choice to put me in. The guy buyer called me and says, I have no choice but put you in. You've been bugging me for 5 years. He says, I got to put you in now because everybody's emailing me and messaging me your products. He says, how did you get, what do you do? I said, I'm at Chamberlain's, I'm everywhere else. I said, because, he says, I even got people in Alabama want your product. I said, well, it's a good product. All natural, come on. No preservatives, come on. So that was my first customer. Then Walmart saw it in there, and then they had to have it. But Walmart, I'll never forget, they were selling almost $3 a bag for my stuff at Winn-Dixie. Walmart saw it and said, listen, we're going to sell it for $1.50. Cost them $1.35. Same price everybody. So $1.35. So how much money was Winn-Dixie making? $1.35 to $2.99. So Walmart bought it, put it in at $1.53, and I'm not even going to tell you that Titusville store would sell 50 cases on a weekend of that product. And it got to the point where we had stocking in the back, and it made people a lot of anger, because I took over Frito-Lay and all the other spots. So I did that for a long time, and I sold so much there. That store was my number one store for a lot of years, and then Kissimmee stores in the beginning. But man, I sold a lot of stuff there. It got to the point to where, but I'm one of those guys. I don't take no for an answer. I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And Publix was my last customer to get. They were the hardest to get. But I had Albertsons. I had everybody. There's not a store you didn't see my. Still to this day, they're in there. It's called Family Style Products. It's still in the stores now. 90 miles from Cuba, BT. The property Walmart was owned by me. What? And I sold it to a real estate BB Nelson, because he got DNR to give me a permit to build wetlands. Really? Wow. I got to tell you, I want to go all the way down from A1 to Key West. I did that one day. I started in Jacksonville and went all the way down. It took me 16 hours just to get down to South Beach from A1A. From Jacksonville there. 16 hours. So many lights. The property Walmart. You own that? Did you really? Hey, that means you're rich. I'm teasing you. But you know what? That's a good piece of land there. As it road splits off there, that's a great property. Great investment. That store right there in the heyday, that was the busiest store in Florida. In fact, it was ranked one of the busiest stores in the nation at one time. Then Kissimmee opened up, the Kissimmee store, and it was doing good, but all of a sudden it started filtering, and it popped at about 7 million a week. And I'll never forget Walmart saying that was the best store. And then it started popping more and more, and it ended up doing whatever, 20 million a week. And then it gets to where it does, 2 million a day now, 3 million a day. And that was the thing. That was the busiest store in the United States at one time, like Kissimmee stores. Florida has the busiest stores throughout as far as Walmart's concerned, still does to this day. I thought Texas did, but no, Walmart does. So, Scott, I have to get back to my house drawings and design everything now. It's back to school. It's Monday off, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I can get back to drawing our house plans up. Yeah, I would do that, Scott. It'd be really nice. I'd tell you what, Mitch, BB Nelson. Name sounds familiar, but it doesn't. There's a guy that owns the property up at State Road 40. I met him, that not the Walmart, but on the public side, that owned that property. A millionaire there, and I did get to know him. Really nice guy. He owns a lot of property there throughout all out Norman. Somebody there's a fight over there across the street. You can hear them yelling. Husband and wife, I guess. They always fight here. Husband and wives fight a lot here too, by the way. All over. It's a nice ride. Fun all the way down Key West, yeah. I mean, it sounds like they want out of your land by saying it was a wetlands. Wetlands would be good, though, Yeah, full-grown men do want out in traffic. I know for me, it was something that I had to get away from it. I couldn't take it anymore. When I almost hit them 2 children that day, when I ran off the road and those 2 children ran out in the middle of the road, and at 2 different times of the day, I said, Lord's telling me to stop driving, so I don't need that van anymore. Sell it and get rid of it. By the way, it's cost me money anyway, so I sold it and ended up, putting money in the bank and said, okay, we'll use it for something else, because it gets to the point where it's like traveling here can be complicated, because you've got to cross a creek, a river, no telling what, just to get there. Dirt roads that they're gutted out in the bottom 2 feet deep, and that's a 2-wheel drive van. And a couple times I got stuck. I had that pushed out, and You need four-wheel drive here if you're going off-roading. Two-wheel's fine in town, city, but you need four-wheel drive here. You know, Mitch, I'm still in shock you own that property. That's good for you, man. High five. You own that property. Good for you. That property it's a great location for that. You have no choice. You keep running on 50, and that is the place. State Road 50. If you take 50 and run it across the state, that's a good drive. You want a good drive, Davo Don? You come down to State Road 50, take it out of Titusville, run that one from Titusville all the way across the state and see where you go with State Road 50. That's really a good ride. Or go down to Yeehaw Junction, take State Road 60 and that runs all the way up from Yeehaw Junction south, and it runs all the way up through Tampa and all the way up. You can actually catch. You want to go to the airport, you can catch the airport there in Tampa on 60. It's a really good ride. I like State Road 60. Hey, Mitch, I saw the other day State Road 60. As you're coming out of Tampa, you go on the airport. You know, on the left and right sides of the road, they have the walkways and all the beach and all that stuff and other. You park your RV there for free. I didn't know that. Up to what was it, 4 days for free? You sleep in your RV right there. I didn't know that. Titusville Walmart was busy because the space shuttle program with 5,000, 8,000 people passed the day in Orlando every day. Yeah, because that was the only way to get there. It was right there, right there, right there. You're right. Mallory Square. There is, yes, that Walmart was really a popular place. You're right. It was busy, busy, busy. Small store in their standards, but it was so busy. It had a atmosphere of, I don't know, just you walked in that store, they went through the groceries there. It was unbelievable amount of groceries they sold at that store. I met the guy there one time to completely gut the aisle out. They're going to move products. You know how you go in a store and it's here today and it's moved over here tomorrow? Well, I'm one of those guys. So I remember going in there and moving products from one to the other, and the manager came in and started yelling at me. He says, "What are you doing?" I says, "Well, I was told to take this and put it over here." And I said, "Why are you yelling at me? I'm not an employee of yours." He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you worked for me. Where's your badge?" I says, "Right here." Oh, you work for, oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I said, "Well, you having a bad day or what?" He says, "Every day is a bad day at Walmart." I said, "Okay. So you like your job?" "No." He asked me, "You like yours?" I go, "No." You want to be here and listen to you every morning?" Well, we ended up being good friends. He ended up getting transferred to Orlando and became store manager there. He was a co-manager there at that store, but that store was really a busy, busy, busy store. Just really a good store all around. You never know who you're going to meet at any given time at any of these Walmarts either. A lot of Oprah Winfrey was in Atlanta, and I was in Orlando at a store, and I'll come down the aisle was Oprah Winfrey. And I said, "That looks like Oprah Winfrey." And well, I knew it was because all the guards around him. And I said to the store manager, I said, "Is that Oprah?" He goes, "Yeah, she was here today. They're going to do a commercial for one of the products that she was promoting." And she flew down from Atlanta, and she just finished it there. I go, "Wow, I never thought I'd see Oprah Winfrey. She's sweet. She's nice." She came and said hi to me, shook my hand, and shook his hand because I was standing next to him. "Thank you for letting me come in your store today. Thought I worked for him." I said, "No, ma'am, I'm just a vendor. I'm this big, and he's this big, you know." She laughed. She says, "Oh, I know how that is. I was this big one time too." And she goes, "In weight," as a joke, you know. So, really nice lady. Kevin Nash. Hey, shooting star, how are you? Yeah, I want to see that sunset in Mallory Square. Yeah, we're talking about Walmart there. I was talking about Walmart there in Titusville. And a big, Mr. Bruce, you still working at Walmart? High five. Walmart's employed a lot of people. They made a lot of millionaires. Shooting star, Tim D. I figured the money you pay sending her back to forth to school would pay for the van and have it take her herself. You know what? It's cheaper for me to pay somebody to take her than me to take her every day. Because I don't want to get up at 5 a.m., and take her at 4 a.m. and take her to school. Because he has to be there sometimes here's the hours. They have to arrive at the school sometimes at 6:30 in the morning. Then they have flag ceremony at 7:30. Then school starts at 8. She don't get out of school till 5 or 5:30. So I'd have to pick her up at 5:30, and I wouldn't go home at 6:30. So I don't think I want to do that. And getting there is not easy getting there, especially if it's raining. Getting to her school, even though it's on the main highway, it ain't worth the hassle. So I pay somebody $60 a month to go pick her up and take her to school every day. So through the school van program, this lady makes $60 a month at 16 students, and that's what they do every day. So $60 a month at 16 students. So whatever that is. What is that? 50,000 peso? $1,000 a month? Uh, so good to see you, Kevin. Scott, yeah, we brought our brother our other piece of land. Now we have 400 square meters now. It's so good, and next to cousins. And we bought 300 square meters from them. Wow, good for you. Good for you. High five. High five. Make sure that it's high and dry. Make sure you build it up if needed. Hello, I'm on lunch break. Can't stay. Kevin Nash, it's great to see you. It's so great to see you. Yes, I'm working at Walmart. Awesome. I just got home from work. Yeah, she doesn't like I don't think she shops there. You remember I don't know. Sheets, towels. Her and Martha Stewart was doing a commercial hand on hand about the products. Martha Stewart's product line, whatever it was there in Walmart and Target. Oprah Winfrey was there to do a commercial for that. And she was there. There's a lot of people there. I mean, there's always a lot of people. News stations, and then one news station get it. And you guys know, it's full. I mean, it's like for me to town trying to get to her, but I didn't want to get to her anyway. But she eventually came over, had to find a manager and thank him. So I stood next to the manager. Got to go. See to go to the Rocket Ranch. Okay. See you. 3 a.m. God bless. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, Mitch. Yeah, I don't think she shops there either, but I don't know. She wasn't shopping. She did a commercial for, I first thought clothing line, but it was sheets and beddings and towels and something Martha Stewart was doing, and they were doing it together. Martha Stewart was not there. She'd already filmed her part wherever at a Walmart, but Oprah came down to that Walmart because of, I don't know why. I never asked why. It's probably none of my business anyway, right? But I remember when she was there. I do. She was a really nice lady to me. Slamat, yeah, I think I remember that. Shooting you, been watching you somewhere. Okay, yeah, I think you're gonna make a 2-story. Oh, awesome. Yeah, take care, Mitch. Mitch, good man. High five, good man. So I guess I'll call the stream, guys. It's been on a couple hours, and I want to thank everybody for spending a valuable time with me today. And thank you so much for always coming on my videos. And I want to thank everybody. Without you guys, I would have no channel. Really, there's no channel. And it's just something that's really nice. And you guys make sure you share each other there. It's not been on that many on today, but it's okay. And I want to let you guys know that I'm there. You guys need anything, just yell. Everybody has my email. If not, I'll gladly give it out. Really. Oh, Mr. Mitch. You're very welcome. Thank you, Mr. Mitch. Without you, I would not have a channel. Shooting Star, Scott, Scoot, Mitch Brumwell, Shooting Star, Tim D. Thank you for coming on. God, excuse me. I got a problem, don't I? Kevin Nash, thank you. Devil Don, thank you. Thank you for coming on today. Devil Don, Mitch, Scott, Scoot, Arlene, MK. Thank you for coming on today. BT coming on today. Thank you, BT. Sounds like it's raining. No. Mr. Somebody, thank you for coming on today. CJ, thank you for coming on today. Let's see who else. And I want to thank everybody for spending. Dabble Dawn, thank you. Spending your valuable time with me today. And Mijin, thank you for coming on today. I think I missed a few people here. But I want to thank everybody. I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. God bless.